Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Fayetteville in Arkansas. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling start to your Saturday. We've had a nice lazy start this morning. Zeffy was so zonked. Mind you, we didn't get to bed till like 1 o'clock this morning. But Zeffy was so zonked. I was up and fully dressed and everything else and almost ready to take her for a walk when she finally emerged from the bedroom. She was curled up in her little spot in the bedroom there and she was not moving. I looked at her and said, "You want to go for a walk?" And she just looks at me and puts her head back down and went back and closed her eyes. She had so much fun last night at the EBs that she just wore herself out, and so she's going to get lots of rest this morning before we go back this evening, because I have my mastermind group meeting today, and so she'll be able to rest all she likes. We've already been out for our walk, we're about to have breakfast, but first I thought, let's pop on here and get some stuff taken care of. Like, what are your challenges today? So your challenges for your mindset is all about acceptance. It's accepting the things that we cannot change. There is so much going on in the world today, and there are things that you can change and there are things that you cannot. One of the things I always like to use as an example is the weather. You know, the weather is the weather. There is nothing we can do to change it. And I learned this years ago that there's absolutely nothing I can do to change the weather. No matter what the weather is throwing at me, no matter how much I beg, pray, whatever, or there's nothing I can do to change the weather. So then my thought was, well, if I can't change the weather, what can I do to enjoy whatever the weather is throwing at me? And that's when I learned to start dancing in the rain. I learned the beauty of the wind. It was accepting the fact that I couldn't do anything to change the weather, and learning how to take the negative things that people have about, oh, it's raining, our day's ruined, blah, blah, blah. Your plans may be ruined, but you have the ability to change your plans. So now it's sort of like taking that, I can't change the weather, they have ruined my plans, I can't do anything to change the weather, but I can change my plans. And so it's just like accepting whatever the weather throws at you. You might have to tweak your plans a little bit, you might have to abandon those plans and do them another day. Accept it. It's the way it is. We can bitch and moan as much as we like about the weather, but nothing is going to change it. So there are things in life that are like the weather where we cannot change them. But we have the ability to change the way that we look at them. We can accept the fact that we cannot change this thing, and we can move past that and look at, okay, we can't change this. I accept that. Now I'm going to step forward and look at what I can change about the situation, like the weather. Okay, I can't go outside and go for a run because it's raining. Well, maybe you could go for a run in the rain. It's very refreshing. I don't run, but walking is refreshing in the rain. So I figured running's the same thing. But there's ways you can enjoy. If it rains, there's nothing you do to stop the rain or change it. Go outside and dance in it. Simple as that. Make it a positive experience. We've got all this thing where some people are still in lockdown and quarantine and that sort of stuff. That's a situation you cannot change right now. So accept it. But what can you do to make it better? What can you do to change your outlook on the situation? So it's all about acceptance. There was that, the serenity prayer? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There is a lot of power in that little prayer that was written back in the 1930s. I think it was written back in. There's a lot of power in that when you think about it. The serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So accept the things you cannot change. Find ways to change your attitude, your outlook towards them, and have fun with them. Like I said, go dance in the rain. In the wind. Do you know what I love to do in the wind when it's really windy? Is go face the wind, stand arms outstretched, close my eyes, and just have the wind just buffer me. Do you know how cleansing that is to clear out the cobwebs in the head? It is an incredible feeling. How far do I have to lean into the wind before it pushes me off balance? Okay, some winds are dangerous. I do accept that. So I do take precautions. I'm not like one of those crazy meteorologists that are there when the edges of the hurricane start to hit. Yeah, I'm out of town. Wherever I need to be that's keeping me safe. So safety is always first. But, you know, on a windy day, like today, we were out walking, there's a strong wind blowing. What was I doing? Walking into the wind, closing my eyes as we're walking along, first checking my path, making sure I wasn't going to trip into anything, but just standing there with the wind buffering at your face, it was so cleansing and so refreshing. And despite the fact it's like 86% humidity outside, it was only 71 degrees out there and 86% humidity. That wind was still very cleansing and refreshing and just woke me up. You know, I'm surviving on like 5 hours of sleep. So I'm hoping I'm not going. So I've got to figure out what I have to do to stay awake during my mastermind session today. So I'm going to be looking for my protein bars and having my energy drinks and having them all handy just to help keep me awake. And when we have breaks, I'm going to step outside and step into that wind and let it blow away the drowsiness. It's also why I'm sounding a little croaky. We had so much fun laughing last night. It was hilarious. Your business one is production before perfection. This is one that my very dear friend and mentor Casey always teaches us. He says, you know, if you wait until the moment is perfect, till everything is perfect, you are never going to do what you need to do. So, you know, for me, it was with my business, with my family tree business, we did what we called a dirty launch. We had no website up. We didn't even have a name at the time, but we created an order form, created an offer, created an order form, and put it out there. You know, production before perfection. Now as the business is now up and running, we're making small tweaks and changes to help fill in those gaps from there. You know, we've got the name, we've got the websites up and running and everything else. But had I waited until, I have to wait until the website's up, I have to write some blogs for the website, I have to do da-da-da-da-da, it would never be up and running. So production before perfection. It's like people go, I don't want to do Facebook Lives, I don't want to do video or anything like that. Just do it. Okay, we're on day 332 out of our 366 day challenge. So 44 days left until my year's up. Yes. I'm still going to keep going. It's a habit now. It is now a habit. But I was looking at my YouTube channel. I have over 700 videos on my YouTube channel that I have recorded. I would not have reached number 700 without doing the first 699 before that. Are they good videos? Hell no. Some of them are complete crap. I go back and watch some of my earlier videos and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? But I wouldn't be where I am today with doing these Facebook Lives and the videos that I do without having done the ones that came beforehand. Practice makes perfect. Practice improves the perfection or helps you get towards that perfect. You will never be perfect. Just accept it's something you cannot change. You will never be perfect. No matter how much you try or how hard you think you can, you will never be perfect. You will always make mistakes along the way. Accept them. Oh, look at that. Tied it to my mindset. Wow, that was pretty cool. But, you know, you're not going to get to improving until you start. So you have to start. So if you're afraid of doing video, just get on and do it. Do it at 2 o'clock in the morning when nobody's watching. You know, do it at that time. Do a little one that just says, hi, how are you? Just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Have a great day. Done. You know, just something as simple as that. Just start. Don't have the perfect script. I mean, I've shown you my books before. All it is just like bullet point, a couple of bullet points, a couple of words on there, and the rest of it is off the cuff. And you're like, oh, I can't do that. I have to have a script. So write a script. Read it, but make it sound natural as much as you can. But, you know, by not having a script, you're getting the real me. You're not getting any fake thing that I've written out and all of that. So unless I'm reading something I've written because I have to read it to you. But, you know, just be you. You are you. You can change things about yourself. You've got to get in the habit of doing it. If you want to get in the habit of doing videos, start doing them. It's as simple as that. Have you got the courage to take that first step? Where did we hear that this morning already? The courage to change the things I can. Do you have the courage to step forward and start doing something that you've been putting off because it had to be perfect to start? When you're waiting for perfection, you will never get started. Your fun thing today, look at the year you were born. What are the top 3 movies from the year you were born? And if you can find them on Netflix or Prime or whatever video thingy you watch, Hulu, whatever they all are out there, go find those 3 videos and watch them. So I looked up 1966, a very good year. There was a movie called The Bible, was the number 1. One called Hawaii, and I've got no idea what that was about because I didn't go look it up. I just wrote them And then the number 3 grossing movie from 1966 was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. So they're going to go on my watch list if I can find them on Netflix or Prime. And I may not get to watch them today because I've got an awesome mastermind session today, which is going to take up most of the day. And then I'm going back to the EBs tonight to spend some more fun time with them. Poor Zeffie's going to be reserving her energy today because she was so worn out. I was up. I mean, usually if I wake up, she sort of sees that I'm awake and she'll get up and go down and start looking out the window and everything else. She just looked at me, turned over and went back to sleep. When I said to her, I asked her if she wanted to go for a walk, she'd look at me, put her head back down and go back to sleep. I was actually up and dressed and everything, about to put my shoes on when she finally emerges from the bedroom and sort of like stretches and yawns and wanders over. And because I'd put the curtains open for her, she went straight up onto the thing and she's looking out the window. What's going on out there? And even on the walk, she wasn't her usual energetic self, so she's going to be gaining her energy back today. But she had a lot of fun. She had 4 kids playing with her last night and a dog. We were there for hours. We got there, I think it was like around 5. And it was, at one point, Jason's driving me back. I had totally forgotten. I didn't even hear the ding on my phone to remind me to come and do my Facebook Live last night. And we're driving back home, and I looked at his clock on his dash and I said, is it really 12:28? He goes, no, it can't be that late. So he looks at his phone. Sure enough, it was 12:28. Poor Zeffie's in the back seat. So those are your challenges for today. Zeffie's going to spend the day sleeping. I can guarantee it. She'll want to go outside. If I move towards the door, she'll be up and it'll look like, what are you doing? So your mindset today, accepting the things you cannot change and finding ways to when you've accepted them, find ways to have a more positive outlook towards them. And a great example is the weather. There's nothing, no matter how much you bitch and moan about the weather, there's nothing, not a single thing you can do to change the weather. But you can change your attitude towards the weather. So start doing that. Business is production before perfection, and the fun activity is to find the top 3 movies in the year that you were born and watch them. Okay, that's it from me for now. I got to go have some breakfast. Get ready for my mastermind thing. I haven't even got the laptop out yet. That's how relaxed our arrival was yesterday. I'm going to make sure my internet thing works. Oops. I better go do that. Production before perfection. But breakfast first, and then we're getting on my mastermind group call in just over an hour. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be epic today. I just know it is. Because they always are. So have a super fantastic sparkling day. We will catch you this evening. I will try to remember to do my lives this evening. Actually, I do have to do my live this evening because we've got to announce the winner of the photo caption contest. So photo caption contest number 5 is up. I haven't looked at it since, when did I last look at it? I think we had like 4 or 5 that were tied for first place. So go find the photo of Zeffie. She is sitting on the floor. She has toys laid out in front of her. Find that picture. If you want to make a caption for it, give us your best caption. If you don't want to make a caption, go vote on one of the other ones that you really like, on the ones that you like. If you do write a caption, you can vote for your own caption if you wish. I'm not judging anybody. If you want to vote for your own caption, go for it. But look for photo caption number 5 on my Facebook page and go vote. Voting closes at 4 p.m. Pacific this evening, when we will then go in and announce the winner. And it may be a little later depending on when my mastermind group finishes. But I'll try to get it as close to 4 o'clock. And it will be before I get picked up to go to the EBs tonight. So that'll be really cool. So have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys this evening. He konera.